Hi everyone, this is Dr. Cole Handy Jones here with your handy physical therapy tip of the day. Today I want to talk more about balance and specifically why balance gets worse as we age. So let's get started. So if you're getting older, you probably notice you're struggling with balance. Research really shows that people over the age of 65 have the highest risk of falling. And especially if you're over 65, the highest risk of falling and having a fatal fall. But at the very least, even if you don't have a fatal fall, the chances of having a really high risk or high injury when you fall, such as a broken shoulder, hip, or perhaps a head trauma, are really high. I've seen it all the time. So working on your balance is really important. So as we age, it's no surprise that things start to slow down a little bit. We're not as efficient or as quick in processing our information, okay? If you watched my last video, I talked about the three systems that control balance. That's the vestibular system, the somatosensory system, and our visual system. I won't go into all the detail with those like I did last video, but you can find a link to that somewhere up here on the top of the screen to follow that so you can learn a little more about those systems before I talk about why they struggle as you age. Balancing is a constant challenge for our body. If you really think about it, we have a really small base compared to our height. Because of that, it's a constant and ongoing challenge for us to stay upright throughout our lives. Now, as we get older, some of those systems start to decline that work on balance. So if we can understand those systems and why they're declining, and then do the right exercises for them, they usually will improve and get substantially better. The first system that starts to decline as you age is your visual system. Now there's two big parts of the visual system that people start to struggle with as they get older. The first is depth perception, and the second is the ability to see when things are dark, there's not much light around. So if we can't have proper depth perception, we can't judge where things are when we're walking and moving, and we often misjudge these, and that causes us to stumble, be unsteady, and oftentimes fall. The next thing is if we can't see when the lighting is poor, it leads to more falls. So I often hear from my patients that they'll struggle and fall at nighttime. For example, when they get up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, they'll trip on something and fall. The next system that starts to decline as we age is our somatosensory system. So that's the sensors that come from our feet, skin, joints, and muscles that come up to our brain to allow us to balance. Now this system starts to decline because we start to lose flexibility, strength, coordination, and movement. It often happens because of different diseases that you might be suffering with, such as arthritis, neuropathy, diabetes, and things of that nature. If we can fix that and start to work on strength and coordination and movement, your balance will drastically improve. The last system that seems to decline as we age is our vestibular system. And that can be due to several reasons, having to do with vertigo, inner ear infections, and one of the biggest things I usually see is some kind of side effect from medication. So I always instruct my patients to go and check with their physician to see if their medications are causing any of their dizzy, unsteady, or vertigo side effects. The good news is that you're never too late to start working on these issues. There's always a chance to improve it. As a doctor of physical therapy, I specialize in helping people with balance and improving their balance. So keep following my video series so you can find more things. But before we wrap up, I want to share a few simple tips that I always recommend to my patients that they can do to help them prevent or at least reduce their risk of falling. So one of those things I recommend is to set up night lights throughout your house, especially somewhere in the area from your bed to the nearest bathroom. As you age, your ability to see in the dark decreases. So at nighttime it's usually dark. So if you increase your ability to see by putting some night lights around, it really helps. The next thing that I recommend is reducing or removing fall hazards. So very simple things that you can do is take some of those rugs that you have on your carpet, roll them up, and put them to the side for now. Those are often tripping hazards. In high traffic areas, transitions from one room to the next, make sure there's plenty of space. If you have a side table, a plant, or some piece of furniture there, move it for now so you have more room to move without tripping on things. The next thing that I recommend doing is that you put hand or grab rails, especially in your bathroom. So if you have next to your toilet, in your shower, or something like that, just something where you can grab onto and be really sturdy, the last thing you want is to fall, break your head open, crack your hip, or something like that. So give those few very simple tips a try and see if they help. I hope you found something that was useful. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share it with a friend, subscribe, keep following. My next video that I'm going to share with you is going to be a video about simple exercise that you can start doing to help fixing some of these problems. So thanks so much. But as you age, something happens. Will you stop it?